Humans were their own greatest threat. During a decades-long global war, as countries fell, corporations took control of the armies. They created bioengineered and cybernetic warriors to replace the weaker humans. When the guns had finally fell silent, what remained of humanity was herded into protective camps, while the manufactured beasts of war roamed the war-torn streets of the old world. The deadliest creatures were the ninja kitty.
Mind blown, right guys? That video is really just to give you some background in the game which is going to be coming out. We're actually coming out with 2 games. The first of which is going to be like a pretty simple web-based game that we can put together really quickly, like this year, before the end of the year. And that's going to be pretty similar to things like CryptoKitties or Axie Infinity. Really easy, simple web-based game. And then we're going to be going ahead with a Unity, a really proper full-on game development. It's probably going to take over a year to actually develop. And if you're wondering who the music was in that video, that was the guys from Bullet for My Valentine, as you can see right here. In fact, there's another picture right here that you can see, and that was me years and years ago. I had a bit more hair back then, and I actually met those guys backstage at a rock festival up in the north of England. And it turns out that they actually live just up the road from me, and I think their music is pretty good, particularly for this Ninja Kitty thing. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we might actually be able to get their music for the soundtrack for the actual real game, which will be coming out in, like I say, about a year from now. Anyway, in today's video, we're going to be looking at the 3 things and 3 different projects that I think are really good and really important. So each of these 3 projects is completely different from the other one, i.e. they're really good and they're going to make you a ton of cash. But it's not just about making money with these particular 3 projects, okay? This isn't like I'm going to say Bitcoin's going to go to the moon, so you should buy Bitcoin, okay? I'm not saying just buy these projects. I'm saying watch this video not just because of the 3 projects, but why I'm saying that they're good, because you can look out for other similar projects which are like these ones and then get in early, nice and cheap, and make yourself a fortune. So here we go. This one is called Mogul, and full disclosure guys, these guys actually sent me an email maybe a month or so ago asking me, actually offering to pay me money to talk about this one, which I declined at the time, but I did really like the project. So right now I'm actually doing this for free. They haven't paid me any money whatsoever to talk about this one, but I think this is really good. It's a great use for NFTs. They're not just giving you some pictures of a monkey or a rat or a cow or something useless like that. Their NFTs that they're selling is access for behind the scenes footage on different movies, or at least that is the end result. This is what they're going for. So they've done this film right here, Mogul Productions with Reboot Camp. It's got people like Ja Rule in there and some other actors that I don't know because I'm not really into that type of stuff. In fact, be honest, I don't really know who Ja Rule is either, but here's his Twitter profile, and obviously he's some sort of music person, not something I'm into. As you saw in that picture earlier, I'm always sort of Metallica, rock, that type of stuff, so whatever he does isn't my scene. But what we can see, what is my scene that he's into, is NFTs. And if you go down his profile here, you can see he has a lot of stuff with NFTs going on. And how this works, basically, they've got a team, they go out there, they do deals with Hollywood producers and all that. They get some behind the scenes footage, they put it on here, create it into an NFT. So you need an NFT to actually unlock that content. You can watch the behind the scenes footage or whatever it's about, Nicole's VJJ or a damn porn star, whatever weird content it is that they put on here. You got something there from Ja Rule. Whatever the content is, you can access it with the NFT, and then once you've watched it and had the enjoyment out of it that you've had, you can then, I'm imagining, sell that NFT on the secondary market to somebody else so that they can then go ahead and do that as well. But not just anybody could do this. So they have a team of all these really posh looking Hollywood sorts over here. Scroll all the way down to the bottom on their team, you can see that they have between them 3 Golden Globes, 4 Oscars, 1 SAG and a BAFTA, and 1 People's Choice Award. So what I really like about this, if you haven't got that already, is basically that it's just something different. It isn't just your average profile picture or something like that. They're using NFTs to unlock special content, which I think is a fantastic idea, something that I think we're going to see a lot of in future. Number 2 is a little crazy. It is Pussy Riot. Now this is an organization that I've got to say I'm not that keen on at all. They're not really my sort of political people. I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that they're talking about. But if you have a look here at Pussy Riot, this actually just got minted a week or so ago, I think. They got 333 items in there. So this is super, super rare. This isn't 10,000 Pussy Riot images, only 300 odd. And that's shared between 310 owners. So pretty, very good distribution there. Floor price 1.48. I think these went for the normal sort of 0.07. If you don't have much of a clue as to how you make money with NFTs, basically the floor price right now, that is the rock bottom price. If you divide that by the price that you would have paid had you had bought that at pre-launch or the main launch at like 0.07, that's going to give you 21 times. So 21 0.07s go into the current floor price, which is the rock bottom price there, 21 times. So just say that that amount that you had in Ethereum was worth, say, $500. That's how much it cost you. Whoops, that's 5,000. Okay, $500, and then you times that by 21, then you've turned $500 into 10 grand, over 10 grand in just a couple of weeks. So if you're one of those people which has been crying over the charts, looking at Bitcoin, look at this. This is way back here in like April time, right at the beginning of the year. And Bitcoin's been really, really flat. Everything else has been really, really flat or going downhill, as you can see there. So if you're somebody which has been stuck on the fence with NFTs for some time now, my goodness, what are you doing? This is definitely time. You need to get into NFTs if you want to make some money, because normal crypto has just been going sideways pretty much all of the second half of this year. So NFTs have been fantastic for making really, really, really fast gains, but only if you manage to get in on the whitelisted pre-sales where you can get them really, really dirt cheap. So anyway, these guys, despite all of that, they are world famous. Everybody has heard of Pussy Riot. So clearly these are going to go up in value a lot, I would imagine. And they're also super rare, only like 300 odd images. So if you do find something like this, where there is some sort of social activist group like this, or some other type of well-known group that people know, and they're doing some sort of release, whether it's just a few or maybe a couple of thousand, definitely try and get in and get those, because you know that they are going to hold their value. Unlike these guys here, the yellow fellows that I talked about in my last video, which is just total scam, total rip off, that is clearly ripping off The Simpsons, and they're just making money off of that. And at some point, brands like that, or maybe like Nike or something, they are going to come together and stop people being able to buy that type of ripped off knockoff NFTs, and you're going to end up with a wallet full of NFTs that you cannot sell on the exchanges, because exchanges like OpenSea are just not going to allow those types of projects onto their platform, because they're going to get sued. And then finally, here we are right back here at number 3, which is just the tried and tested stuff, which has already been successful time and time again. I wouldn't be surprised if projects like this are just done by the same artists or the same groups over and over again. And then they're just reselling more artwork, which looks kind of similar to other projects they've already brought out the last month. And then they just make millions and millions every single month. And obviously, the more and more they do this, the more they do these NFT launches, the more experienced they become. It just makes it a lot easier, because they've already built up an audience, to just sell that same audience more NFT tokens the following month. But at the end of the day, as long as the people buying the tokens can actually sell them after launch for more than they paid at like pre-sale or something, then obviously it's going to be worthwhile for them to do that. But you know, has it really got any long-term value? I really don't know, projects like this, but at the end of the day, you can see the artwork is pretty good, and we know from previous similar ones that this stuff does sell, and it just sells and sells time and time again. So if you have any really good high quality type profile picture artwork where they're doing like 10,000 copies, then you know it's pretty much a no-brainer. You know it's going to sell, so you might as well try, if you can, to get in early, get on the whitelist and get one of those and bag yourself like a week after the main sale's gone out. You're going to be making 20 times what you paid for it pretty easily. Just like these here crypto dads, which you know everybody loves crypto dads, right? So if you do have any questions about NFTs, maybe like how to get started, how to buy NFTs at whitelist, maybe how to get in on the whitelist doing pre-sale with the invites, competitions, giveaways, that type of stuff, do let me know down in the comments below, because then I'm going to know what type of content to give you in the next video. And that is it for me for this one. I'll see you in the next.